Hey, it's Rich.
And Taylor.
With Town Wine Spirits. We just got the new Dewar's special releases in. It's really kind of interesting because they are now at 21, 27, and 32-year-old age statements.
32 years old.
That's crazy. I can't
wild.
believe that at all.
Absolutely.
And the great thing is that they're all finished in a sherry cask, different sherries, of course, and it basically goes through their 4-stage aging process. Right?
Yeah, they're double is what they call it.
Oh, double.
Yep. Four times.
So awesome, we're gonna actually have these in the store shortly. We're gonna go through and quickly taste them, but I figured before we did that, we might need to level set.
Yes,
And
agreed.
in doing so,
The classic.
had to bring out the classic white label. And of course, just for today, we got the half pint because
we don't need more than that. So the question is, when was the last time you even had Dewar's White Label?
That's a really great question.
I know.
I can't tell you actually. It's been
we just
a
snapped
long
that.
time.
There's no cheating involved here. We are literally going to taste this and get an idea of what Dewar's is like right now.
When's the last time you had it?
Probably never. It's light.
It is light
and easy and soft, and I think that's what they're going for. It's very approachable.
Oh,
it tastes like Scotch.
It does, and it's soft and easy, but it's actually really drinkable. I mean, it's just soft and easy to drink.
Yep.
It's not nothing special, so I'm not getting any true character. So hopefully we'll see what each of these bring.
Yeah, I think these should be a lot more interesting. Okay. So we took a small break and we tasted all 3 expressions to get ourselves really familiar with the whiskeys before we gave you guys an idea of what we really thought. So we're going to start with the 21-year-old, which was finished in Oloroso sherry.
Yep.
It comes in at 46%, so 92 proof.
Slightly higher than the white label.
Yeah, so the white label is only 40, is 80 proof.
I do love the bottles, by the way. I got to give Dewar's credit there. I mean, packaging's fantastic.
Absolutely.
The diamond bottle, just a really simple white black label is really nice.
The other thing they did is they packaged everything only in 375s.
Yep.
Because with these age statements, it makes it a lot more accessible. More people can try them. Okay.
It's getting better. Which I think is what we do. We say this all the time.
We do every single whiskey video.
That's why we actually, that's why we do come back, because I think it's so important to sometimes open these up and let them get a little air to breathe. So this is clearly not even the same ballpark as a white label.
Not even close.
Not even close.
It's
the only thing
richer,
is
denser,
the same
more
name
powerful.
On the same blender or
absolutely.
blending company, but that's about it. Wow. Okay.
I just think
dried fruit now is
it leaps
really
out of the glass.
Intense. Yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of that red fruit.
But there's a lot of layer, there's a lot of complexity.
You know, you'd mentioned before that there's a little bit of like smoke. Not peat smoke like the Scotch thing, but like a little bit of that. I'm gonna call it char.
Yeah,
maybe a better way to look at it.
Yep. Yeah, I think
I feel it's starting to really take a little bit more of the nose.
So the goal here on these is for them to be exceptionally smooth. Like their double aging process is designed for these to be utterly approachable, really soft, really intriguing, and I think so far they've nailed it. You agree?
They've definitely nailed it. The approachable piece and smooth is spot on. It's amazing. You can easily drink that with. It's incredibly smooth.
It is,
and very enjoyable. There's so much more richness and complexity now on that. I mean, and again, it should. It is finished in Oloroso cask, 21 years. You almost should clearly have something there. But the fact that they're making something so well balanced and so rich in flavor.
You're talking, which is great. And I'm thinking.
Someone's got to talk.
But like, I was literally going, this is banging. And then I'm like, if you guys saw on the camera, I actually looked, I'm like, is that really just the 21-year-old?
Yeah.
And I was like, did we screw the order up? Because that is just absolutely, it is layered and rich and dense and tons of flavor. That is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I'm really excited.
I know,
I need to come back. This is really fun. Like,
yeah, so now we're gonna do the 27-year-old, which is finished in Palo Cortado barrels.
Yep.
Which is a really interesting category in the sherry world. It accounts for, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
0.0016% of the total production.
So
tiny.
A minuscule fraction.
So basically what they're doing, there's basically, Palo Cortado accounts for basically 100,000 bottles.
Wow.
That's it. So what it is that the Palo Cortado is a sherry that was initially intended to be a Fino. And you have the floor on top, and the floor for some reason dies. So you're not able to do the extended aging like you would. So what they do is they then take it and they put it back in a barrel, and they age it like they would with an Oloroso barrel. So you get sort of lifted notes of the Fino, but you get the more oxidative flavors of Oloroso.
Okay, this might sound completely obvious, but as you just described what they're doing with the process, and then the additional 6 years of age, the intensity is just now even more so, I think. It's unbelievable to get that.
But it is definitely not. It's more different. It's a little higher toned than
Much
the 21.
Yeah, I'm not getting that like nut component as much.
No.
I'm definitely getting a much brighter component to it.
Well, there's a lot there. I'm fascinated by these whiskeys. They're fantastic.
I can't almost put my finger on what the
what
profile,
what
the nose
exactly
that
the
I wanna
flavors
get
are,
to.
the aromatics are. I agree. They're wide ranging. There's a lot there, but they're very nuanced. It's like everything is super integrated. There's like almost like a citrusy stone fruit kind of note that's coming through.
So I was gonna say citrus, but I'm like, citrus is really not something you're gonna get like in a
20
Scotch
or something that old.
And it's unbelievable how vibrant.
It's vibrant. That's an excellent way of describing this. It's complex and it's vibrant.
Yeah. Wow. I don't get it. I don't like. It's unbelievable.
You don't get it? Oh, I get it.
This is not at all what I was expecting from Dewars. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
They have really,
very true.
First time I've tried these at least. So, and I think it was, as we mentioned, I had no idea when last time I had the white label was, but it's unbelievable just to see what they've done with this.
Absolutely. It's really cool.
Of course, last in the series is the 32-year-old. So now, I mean, that's just unheard of. 32-year-old.
32-year-old. I've only had a couple of whiskeys that have even reached 32 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I had Bowmore Black way back in the day, which was spectacular. I had a 31-year-old Lafroig at a tasting.
We just had the 30-year-old Lafroig.
Right.
But this is 2 years older.
2 years older, absolutely.
Which is crazy.
So like I may have only had one whiskey that has reached
way more
this
reasonable.
age. Yeah,
Price
yeah,
point. I mean,
absolutely.
Or more affordable. Again, they're coming in the 375 package we mentioned. I think it's also they did that purposely to kind of get it a little bit more accessible to others. So now we're going 32 years. Pedro Ximenez cask. The Pedro Ximenez, of course, is going to be that real big, bright profile. They're really actually
rich, dense, powerful profile.
And their barrels have become really kind of more the most sought after, especially for finishing of any sort of Scotch or bourbon.
It's kind of like the king of finishing.
It is.
Because it just imparts a tremendous amount of flavor. You can really impact the whiskey.
Oh my God, the layers of complexity in this. That dried fruit, the nut, like a little bit of that sweet nougat maybe. Oh my God. That's really good.
It's special.
God.
It's special whiskey for sure. You know what I get a little bit of? I get a lot of molasses. I get a
molasses, great.
Like there's a smoky component, it's almost like roasted coffee. Like just a little lingering sort of coffee note. Like and then I get fruit and like it's all over the place, but in a really, really good way. It's so complex.
Incredibly friendly. The nose and the palate so far of the two. I'm going to do the third here, but it's amazing how friendly. Okay, I need to drink.
You need to drink this. It's singing right now. It's absolutely beautiful. Who's not gonna like that? Like seriously, who's gonna taste this and go, I don't know.
There's so much complexity to it. There's so much richness.
Yeah.
But they're so drinkable.
They're utterly drinkable.
I'm like, I was
so much
afraid. I only wish this came in like 175. No, that might be too much. But ultimately, like, I completely understand what they're doing here now.
Yeah.
And it is so fun to like see this kind of evolution, 21, 27, 32, with the different sherry finishes and how they've selected what they've done to finish these. It's really crazy. Unbelievable.
I think Dewar's knocked it out of the park. I think people really need to respect what Dewar's is doing on these because they're beautiful whiskeys. I do think that people might initially think Dewar's and go, but like they are striking. They're beautiful. They're really well made. I think that, for instance, if these were made by Compass Box, they'd be more money, and people would be like over the moon to get them.
So, again, we love Compass Box. We sell a ton of their stuff, but it's true. They are like have become some of the biggest blenders
Absolutely.
of today's, and they're doing some crazy ages and finishes, things like that.
They do a lot of that.
And you're right, it would be out of this park.
Like we wouldn't be able
just
to
on name.
We wouldn't even be able to do a video on them if they were Compass Box because people would be demanding to drink them, and they'd just like soak up the inventory, and we'd never get a chance to do this.
Dewars. Cheers.
Well done.
Yeah, great
Absolutely.
job. Wow. I'm glad we opened
The
this bottle.
32-year-old is spectacular. It is spectacular.
Well, I hope you guys liked the video. This has been incredibly insightful for me, actually. I did like a little bit more of the learning, as well as just to really see what Dewar's has done, because I was also, I think, in that pool of people.
It's amazing to think they went from this, which is fine, to these, which are like a whole nother level.
It is.
It's shocking.
Is completely different. You guys really need to check these guys out.
And I do think that it's a different audience. These are intended for the serious Scotch drinker, the serious whiskey drinker, and they deserve to be considered that way.
And this should be consumed over time and really enjoyed, because it's
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Well, hey, if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. That'd be great. And hey, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Thanks.
Cheers.